The father of decentralized liquidity. Today we're talking about Vader protocol, an awesome new project we discovered. We'll talk with you guys today. As always, do your own research to figure out if this project is for you. So today we can go over Vader protocol, which has a pretty cool slogan, but we're going to also go over this really cool project. They have a lot of great features, so we're going to cover that. We're going to cover their white paper, and of course we're going to teach you guys how to get involved. But let's just jump right to it now. Vader protocol. Just wanted to check in on some latest updates on the Vader protocol project. So as of 2 hours ago, they've been talking about 5 hours and 30% of circuit supply staked. Pretty engaged bunch, these invaders. Oh, that's a nice, they're called invaders. I get it. 30% of circuit supply staked in 4 hours. So again, they're just giving you updates on the staking. Single side staking is live and over 23 million is already staked. It shows the confidence of existing holders. Almost 1/4 of the circulating supply is staked. So really cool. They also have this article on Medium that says introducing Vader staking governance for the Vader ecosystem. So you're going to check this out. Obviously, the docs is definitely a good place to check this out, but I do think that these Medium posts definitely go in depth into everything that they're talking about. Obviously, you guys could check out the little image here that shows how this all works. So it says single-sided Vader staking with no impermanent loss. Today we're happy to announce Vader will go live. So this was literally live, I think, as of earlier today. Vader will be able to stake your Vader to get Vader, which automatically compounds your Vader with no risk of impermanent loss. This has been deployed to Ethereum mainnet, so if you guys want to check out the contract, you can. Vader will subsequently be upgraded to include more features. This is why we deployed with a proxy, so that Vader will be able to keep it. Composability features suitable to interact. And again, they do some quick summaries about this again. They said Vader is not an OHM fork, thus our native token Vader will start with modest yields and grow alongside the protocol. Vader is intended as a multifaceted rewards distribution mechanism. Vader is intended as a multifaceted rewards distribution mechanism so that Vader can possess yield-bearing properties. So in the future, Vader continues to launch new features. Vader holders will see multiple streams of rewards flowing rewards towards their stake. The APY number you see only focuses on for native Vader rewards and does not consider potential airdrops and rewards for ecosystem partners. So essentially, they're just going to keep providing value to you guys. And they talk a little bit about the Vader ecosystem staking. As with all stable coins, the real utility will come from building an ecosystem around this usage. This will be the core focus for our team in driving USDV adoption. Thus, the real core benefit from Vader will come from governance participation, access to ecosystem airdrops, and whitelist for new Vader ecosystem projects, launching all while getting paid from liquidity incentives to hold the token. And they kind of talk all about this on their Twitter for some of their latest updates. They got listed. And I made a video about MEXC Global, and they actually got listed there. This was literally yesterday where they have the pair with Vader and USDT, which is great. And then they got the tweet from MEXC, the social media channel. But yeah, check it out. A lot of people are excited about this MEXC Global post. Again, I actually really like that exchange, and I actually own MEXC, the currency. So that's cool. But yeah, definitely check it out. Like I said, I'm really interested in this project. I'm going to keep you guys updated as much as possible. So I thought this post on Medium was a good summary of the Vader token. So it says, as highlighted in previous Medium posts, we have completed our audit with code for Arena. The code is working on fixing the core AMM protocol. The Vader token will no longer have a fee on transactions due to security reasons highlighted in the audit. We deem the Vader token, converter, and linear vesting contracts to be low-risk contracts that are safe to deploy. Initial liquidity will be added in Uniswap version 2 in the next 24 hours. Obviously, this happened earlier. And then they kind of give a recap of everything that's happened. So they did their audit was completed. Launched Vader ETH on Uniswap version 2. That has been done. Launched single-sided staking for Vader upcoming. That has been done. And I think they're just still waiting on the Vader bonds. So if you guys want to learn about the token utility, just like Luna UST, Vader is a variable counterpart to the stable asset USDV. By multiplying supply, Vader's price increases as demand for stable coins increase. So Luna, there is no rent-seeking behavior in the Vader protocol tokenomics design. Through bond sales and protocol-owned liquidity, Vader protocol becomes an LP itself and towards earning its own fees from liquidity provisioning, similar to OHM. And so if you guys want to learn more about the tokenomics, you guys can. If you guys also want to check out the circulating supply as well, you can do that. So again, if you guys want to learn about the Uniswap version 2 liquidity added, you guys can. Again, that happened back in November 25th. So again, you can check the contract address here as well if you guys want to do your research for yourself. So cool. So again, that's Vader Protocol. Vader Protocol is a combination of several core ideas that have revolutionized the DeFi space, modeled after Terra Money stablecoin mechanism, the automated market maker of Thorchain, and the bond sales mechanism of Olympus Pro. So a lot of great ideas mixed into one. So here on the website at vaderprotocol.io, they got a really cool logo. I think it's looks really nice, and the color scheme is cool. So they get an A+ there. The father of decentralized liquidity. Become part of something bigger than yourself. A fair financial system without a central authority. Swap, LP, borrow, lend, mint, interest-bearing synths. We'll check out what that is, and more in a fairly distributed governance minimal protocol built to last. So let's check out some of the features of this project. So token swap. Swap tokens with straightforward pricing. No more trying to figure out how much GUI is, I don't even know, I think that's how you say it, GUI is worth in your native currency. All trading pairs are tokens matched to stablecoins, ensuring clear pricing. Yeah, so a lot of times when you're swapping, you'll say it's 0.0001 ETH or something like that, or 0.001 BNB or whatever the combination is. It's just not super clear what the actual, how much you're paying, and people who are in a rush, especially when prices go down, end up just clicking the buy button and don't even think about that, especially with MetaMask. I feel like you have to click so many different things. So they want to make sure that it's as transparent as possible. Slip-based fee. Tired of fixed swap fees that often shortchange liquidity providers? Yes. Or confused by liquidity protocols, require additional expertise or outsourcing to maximize returns? The Vader protocol uses simple and effective slip-based fees that take liquidity into account. This provides fair returns to liquidity providers without any additional complications or calculations. Yeah, definitely have a lot of issues with that. Liquidity mining. Provide liquidity and gain Vader. The symbol is Vader. The core of the protocol Vader accrues value as liquidity grows in the ecosystem. The more liquidity, the stronger the system. And I think that obviously makes sense. I think that's just something that, as new buyers, you guys aren't really, even me, like I sometimes I forget to check what the liquidity is. I get so excited about the project itself, but that's something very important, how they're dealing with that. The more valuable Vader becomes, more liquidity, the stronger the system. The stronger the system, the more valuable Vader becomes. Be rewarded for participating and becoming a member of a fair financial system. So essentially, for being a part of Vader and being a holder, you get access to, being a part of this whole entire ecosystem. Mint synthetic assets. So synthetic assets opens up possibilities for financial markets, creating mature financial systems. Mint synthetic assets and gain interest while creating a stronger, more robust system. And we'll go over what all that means in a second. Permanent loss protection. Provide liquidity for core curated people with impermanent loss protection. Reward for those who help build a stronger system. Impermanent loss protection covers the risk you take by becoming a longer term core liquidity provider. So we'll have to check out the details on that. But again, any project that's looking to help make your investments, more or less risk, have less risk, I think that's really good. USDV, decentralized collateralized stablecoin. Native to the Vader protocol, USDV is a collateralized stablecoin minted to and from Vader at a market value with zero slippage. All asset pools pair USDT with another asset, removing exposure to some of the volatility common to token-to-token pairings. Governance minimal. This is just the last one, and then we'll jump into some of the other things. Vader protocol is built to be governance minimal. This allows for greater predictability and trust for others to build upon. DAO governance has limited ability to tweak system parameters, and even this ability can be purged through the system, proves to be self-sustaining without outside aid. So again, we'll check out their Telegram and then the Twitter for some of their latest updates. We'll look at some of their links, etc. But let's just jump right into, I think their white paper is probably a really good source to kind of walks us through what this is about and kind of like their overall mission. They talk about the introduction and what they're trying to solve, but I think what's really important here is what are the key features of the Vader protocol, right? Uses a stablecoin settlement asset, an ability to expand and contract supply on both Vader and USDV, their stablecoin. Impermanent loss protection for liquidity providers in the pools, continuous liquidity pool incentives. So again, they want to make sure that you guys are getting rewarded for using that. Ability to mint synthetic assets from pool liquidity, liquidity incentives that fund protocol own liquidity to reduce rent-seeking costs over time. So they kind of go into each one and give some examples. So you can go into the specifics of the architecture here. I'm not going to go through this with you, but definitely part of your research is checking this out and getting at least a basic understanding how this works and kind of their incentives. And then, of course, making sure you understand their impermanent loss protection. Says the deposit value for each member is recorded when they deposit. When they go to withdraw, the redemption value is computed. If it is less than the deposit value, the member is paid the deficit from the reserve. The protection issued increases from 0 to 100% linearly for 100 days. Coverage is given by the following equation. So obviously, the longer that you're a part of this, the more that you can get covered for, which makes sense. And then they kind of talk about all the different things. If you want to learn about the synthetic assets, synths are issued from swapping from any other asset into synths across the pool. Instead of the paired asset being emitted, the incoming base asset is added to the pool as liquidity. Liquidity units are issued to account for the new capital and assigned to the protocol, and the synth is minted. So again, if you guys want to learn more about that, you guys can. They also have some documentation where you guys can review on your own at docs.vaderprotocol.com, and they kind of talk about how all this kind of works together. So I thought this image was really good. It kind of explains the whole entire ecosystem. So obviously you have Vader here, and you could obviously see like the liquidity incentives, and then obviously the bond sales for protocol owned liquidity, and then how that works with impermanent loss, and obviously the USDV, the stable coin, and then obviously how these interact with each other. And they also show some of the top pools available. So definitely check that out if you guys are interested in that. They talk about what is Vader protocol, the key features which we went over, obviously the infographic. If you guys want to learn more just about what is automated market maker and USDT, UST, and then obviously they're going to go over some of the more tokenomics of this 25 billion supply, and they talk about the VETH holders, 30%, 10% team allocation, 50% Vader liquidity incentive, and then 10% ecosystem growth. So definitely check it out. Here's the launch phases. So they bootstrap, or essentially audit, launch Vader ETH on Uniswap version 2, launch single-sided staking for X Vader, and then expansion, one-way conversion from Vader to USDV, launch single-sided staking, and then obviously utility they have planned. And then if you guys want to check out the roadmap, this quarter is audits, token listing, USDV minting, bond sales, and then Q1 is USDV partnerships, collateral debt leverage positions, cross-chain deployments, DAO transition, expansion of asset pools, and then Q2 is treasury partnerships, sponsored liquidity partnerships or IDOs, and then sponsored bond sale partnerships. So again, if you guys want to learn more about this, you can. Obviously, if you guys are interested in this project, check out Vader Protocol on Telegram, and then also Vader Protocol on Twitter. And again, they have always given you guys updates on what's going on with this project, obviously inspired by Vader himself. So definitely check it out. If you guys, nice. You could check them out on their Medium. They actually do weekly updates on the project. So if you guys want to check out how everything is going, they're up to weekly update number 10, where they kind of talk about, obviously they shared the graph, which we talked about. They talk about the audit. Definitely take a deep dive into the white paper and docs and get, like I said, a basic understanding on what this project is about. If you guys have any questions, definitely ask them on their Telegram. I was in there earlier, and they're very friendly, very helpful, and very excited about this project. So thanks everyone for watching. Catch you guys next time.